Hello, this is George Shears coming to you from my beautiful Northwoods, Minnesota retirement paradise on a lovely summer afternoon. And I want to thank you for taking a bit of your out of your busy schedule to watch this short video. I hope it will be beneficial to you. If you're watching this from my blog, you will undoubtedly know that I am quite passionate about mindfulness meditation. If you're not watching it from my blog, I earnestly invite you to visit my blog, which is www.wisewaystohappiness.com. I hopefully can post that here on the screen before I'm done. So I want to focus in on a particular benefit of mindfulness meditation here, and that is its value in enhancing creativity. In order to do that, I have to give you some background. First of all, what is mindfulness? Well, mindfulness is something, a form of meditation that was invented by a guy named the Buddha about almost 2,600 years ago in what is now northeastern India. He was a prince. He spent 5 years practicing very intensely, looking for a way to end human suffering. And he found it. And he spent the next 40 years teaching his followers about it, and it has been passed down through the centuries to us. Many, many millions of people have practiced mindfulness, mainly in the service of spiritual development. Now, it was imported into the West about 6-7 decades ago, and since then it has absolutely skyrocketed into success in the West. It has become mainstream in psychology, in medicine, in sports, in education, just to name a few, and it continues to get more popular all the time. And the reason for that is, along with its benefit for spiritual development and ending suffering, it has many, many, many other benefits. So many, in fact, that I sometimes playfully refer to mindfulness as the duct tape of the mind, because it's just almost endless ways that it can be beneficial. And I have enumerated many of them on my blog, and I will continue to do that. What I'm going to focus in on here, I call basic mindfulness. And what it is, most basically, is learning 3 mental skills, 3 very, very important mental skills. Number 1, concentration, which is just what it sounds like. Being able to focus on whatever you choose to focus on for as long and as intently as you want to focus on it. Number 2, sensory clarity, which means to be able to clearly discriminate all the different mental states that occur inwardly and from the outside world in real time, moment to moment to moment, without having them all glom together, which they commonly do for most people and become overwhelming. And thirdly is equanimity. Equanimity is basically mental balance. And more specifically, it means, as one is observing these constantly changing mental states, to observe them with full loving acceptance, without trying to change them, without reacting to them, without getting rid of them, without glomming onto them if they're pleasant, and to just allow nature to unfold. And so those are the 3 basic skills. And those skills are typically cultivated in a formal way in what is called sitting meditation with eyes closed, in sessions ranging from, say, 10 minutes up to maybe 45 minutes or an hour. And serious students of mindfulness actually go on long retreats where they practice more intensely. Now, I had the great good fortune, to discover mindfulness about 35 years ago, and I have been practicing it diligently since then, and I've also taught it to a lot of other people. And I know for sure it can be extremely beneficial to anybody who will take the time to learn it. And learning it is kind of like learning a foreign language, or learning how to play a musical instrument, say, or learning how to be good at golf, or any number of things. So it takes practice. Now, I want to tell you about what a typical formal meditation process is for me, and then I will be able to explain this particular benefit of how it can enhance creativity. I typically sit in formal meditation each morning for about 45 minutes. I spend the first 10 minutes just basically just settling in, getting relaxed, becoming concentrated. And then I shift into what I call big mind. And big mind is, I also call it the mind of awareness. And my intention in the mind of awareness is just to allow whatever happens, whatever comes into my awareness, to be there, and without trying to change it, get rid of it, glom onto it, whatever, and just observe it moment to moment to moment as it occurs. Now, there are two mental states. They're sensory states, but they're internal mental states that can be quite challenging and are challenging for almost everybody. One of them is mental imaging, and another one is verbal thinking. And I'm convinced that the vast majority of people spend the vast amount of their waking time being caught up in one or both of those two states, thinking, lost in thought. But my intention as I practice formally is to just, if thoughts come, note them, let them go, just like I would have watched clouds go by. Now, not uncommonly, however, many of those mental images and thoughts that just blossom up, they just come unbidden into the mind, are very, very interesting, very creative, and sometimes quite compelling and hard to let go of. But through all the time I've been meditating, and when they come up, my intention is let them go, and just continue observing what's happening. And not infrequently, they keep coming back. Well, I have realized just recently that is another benefit of mindfulness. I've kind of treated it as just a kind of a negative side effect, but it's actually a benefit, because who doesn't want to be more creative? And so as I was practicing this morning, actually one of the epiphanies that came unbidden into my awareness was, hey, this is another benefit of mindfulness. I'm going to make a video about this. And here I am making that video. I also decided after that session that from now on I am going to record whatever creative ideas come to me at the end of each session. I did that this morning. I came up with a list of 13 of them. So that is how specifically creativity is generated in the process of formal practice of mindfulness. And I think it can be a tremendous benefit for anybody who wants to be more creative. Most people do. And so if this seems like something that might be helpful to you, I strongly encourage you to, if you're not already practicing mindfulness, look into it and get started. I want to let you know that I'm here to help in any way I can. I just want to impart this incredible gift to as many people as I can. I should have mentioned that a very basic assumption that underlies mindfulness for me is that there are no fixed entities to be found anywhere in the universe. The whole universe is just a flow. It's just wave upon wave. And what we are, even though we think we are separate entities, we are actually just waves, processes, activities, and we are seamlessly interconnected with all other beings, and actually with the entire cosmos. And so at the end of each meditation, I do what I call a sharing of merit. And I basically put my hands like this and say, may the benefits of this meditation be shared equally with all beings. And actually, that's what I'm intending to do right now. I want to share this with you. And if you're receptive, I'm here to help you in any way I can. Just call on me. And please note at the bottom, if you're on my blog, there's a special offer where you can get a series of 6 audios and a self-guiding course in mindfulness-based stress reduction, which I taught for 5 years before I retired. So thank you very much for taking your time to watch this video, and I hope that I will have further contact with you in the context of helping you to learn mindfulness. Bye for